So the question is, this is just intuition talking, so take what you like from it. My first cue was Tracy's calling her video The Passion of Isaac Kappy. In one of the troll comments on Vegan Mikey's account was a message that read, "Why do you love him more than us?" There is an apocryphal text that says almost exactly the same thing. It says, "Why do you love her more than us?" This is
about Mary Magdalene, right?
Yes, this is in reference to Mary Magdalene, but I don't think the sex has to matter here. I think the rumor that Jesus had a twin. Kappy said that he was made to believe that he was Judas. Some think that Thomas was a twin of Jesus and that Thomas is Judas. In Cocteau's artwork depicting the crucifixion of Christ, you can't see the crucified person's face, but you do see a person who looks like how we depict Jesus turning his head from the scene. This makes me think that whoever the prime target is, they are still alive. This could mean that this is an operation to divert our attention away from the real issue. Or it could mean that the prime target is still on the hit list, but alive at this time. Another thing I thought is that they could be using some kind of sympathetic magic to kill the real target by first sacrificing Kappy.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, so the stuff about Judas and Judas Iscariot and Judas Thomas, also known as Doubting Thomas, Thomas the twin, the idea that they are the same is something that I explored in depth in a book that I wrote that's now available as a Kindle book, and it's called The Judas Goat. So I put it all together there. It's pretty good, and it was years ago. Maybe there's some stuff to add, but I think I really succinctly put together all the symbolism there to make the case that if you take the Gospels as being a story of something that actually happened, they do seem to be alluding to a connection between these two characters as though they might actually be the same character. And Judas Thomas seems to also be the same Thomas that went to India, and he preached the gospel over there. But there's also stories about Jesus having gone over there to preach the gospel after he supposedly died. So it's possible that it was really Thomas, or it was, and he's basically calling himself Jesus or playing the role of Jesus, because the story is that they looked almost identical and that they actually were twins.
Huh.
And then there's a main character in this whole Kappy thing that's out there on Twitter whose name's Thomas, too. I can't remember the rest of his name.
It seems to be a guy that I heard DeFango talking about him. It seems to be a guy associated with Cicada 3301. And so DeFango was showing all these messages that he got. I think he was saying he got them last year from somebody who was harassing and gang stalking him. And those messages were talking about Judas. And I remember when he showed the screen cap that the guy had called himself Doubting Thomas. Oh. So they're throwing in all the symbolism too.
Wow.
These people have all read my books, if nothing else. I don't know to what extent they're trying to bait me into this. And I've mentioned this in some of my videos. I'm not just being arrogant and trying to think that everything is about me. There's stuff that the QAnon people have put out, and some of these other weird characters on YouTube and Twitter and whatnot who seem to be associated with Cicada 3301. They're putting out all these cryptic clues. A lot of them seem to be gang stalking other YouTubers and other, truther writers and things like that. And so some of the stuff that they've put out there's no doubt in my mind, it's basically bait for me to respond, to get sucked in.
Well, I don't doubt that at all, because I know that people misread your position in the whole occult world, and they misunderstand, thinking that you're just like some kind of, similar to a practicing pagan witch. And so they're probably trying to tap into that energy because they presume that just because you've used the Ouija board sometimes that means that you have a full left-handed path or, you know, pagan-y witch vibe, which isn't true. But I could see them thinking that would be the right bait. You know? And
Yeah.
you know, and I don't doubt at all that a whole bunch of people who aren't saying shit up on these streams or in any comments anywhere have been following your work for a long, long time because it's the cutting edge stuff. This is the preeminent part of occult findings. Often is right in your lap. You know, that's just true, and it's been that way for a long time. You're publishing nonfiction after nonfiction book about it. You know, so.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to thank Krista for that question. That was a great
question. Oh, it's
question.
Krista. Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Krista. That was all those points. I don't even know how we would start to speculate on that. I hope is the comment, it was on YouTube?
She wrote it in the Discord.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it's saved easier in the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's the symbolism of Judas and doubting Thomas needs to be explored here in regards to the Kappy thing and anything else in related subjects that has come up in the last year, I would say, to see, you know, what kind of play they're putting on here, because definitely someone's putting on a play. And some of these people, you know, like Kappy and Vegan Mikey, they could be characters in the play and not even consciously doing it, you know? That,
yeah.
We don't know that these guys are shills.
Well, that's a common theme. That's like, makes me think of the Wicker Man, you know? They get this guy to play the part and the role perfectly all the way to the end, including his entrapment and being burned alive as the sacrifice, and he doesn't know that they've staged every other aspect of the script is set up around him so perfectly that if he'll simply move into the next step and they're leading him and baiting him and seducing him all the way,